the U.S. Open utilized Fat Joe as the promo voice for the U.S. Open.
Wow.
They used DJ Mustard the year before that. Queen Latifah actually back in 22, the year that Serena retired for the first time. So yeah. So there's all these different aspects and elements that get brought in, and I call it expanding the universe. Right.
Yes.
So I love to see people come in and actually pick up the game, because if you're a mother, at some point you can't play basketball with your son anymore.
No.
At some point you can't play football with your son anymore.
No.
If you're a grandfather, you can't play with your son anymore. If you're a grandfather, at some point you can't play softball with your granddaughter anymore, right?
No.
Well, tennis is actually a sport that no matter what age you're at, you're able to play. There was just earlier this year, there was a international final, men's seniors tour. And the two people who played it, one man was 97, the other was 102.
Wow.
Yeah. So the studies say that tennis actually can add 10 quality years to your life. What it does for you neurologically, what it does for you psychologically, and also physically. They're all things that, again, is great when you can do it for the rest for all, your entire life. Plenty of people. Anytime I go out to a club or courts, there's always somebody who you're thinking who is older. Who, again, you can't be out there on the basketball court.
Right. Try to dribble and be dribbling.
It's tough. It's tough. You're trying to be out there playing soccer or football. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. So, as I said, I like to be able to expand the universe and give people some insight and say, hey, look, there's room for you over here too if you want to try this out.
Yes. 10 years, huh?
10 quality years.
I might have to look into that.
It's never too late. This is a sport where legit it's never too late.
Really? I'm gonna look into that for real. I can see me out there with them, trying to be in those skirts, trying to get the ball across the net, but I don't know. My lashes might get in the way.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah. You can put it back on during the break.
Of all the Grand Slam tournaments you attend, is there one that holds a special place in your heart?
Like the U.S. Open would have to be it. I mean, it's uniquely American. Like I said, it's in Queens. It is the premier tournament here in the United States. It used to be the premier hardcourt tournament, but now Australia is also hardcourt, and they've done an amazing job there as well. So, and there's just an energy that you get from a New York crowd. Some of these matches go till like 2:00 in the morning, because unlike basketball or football, you're not on a clock. You play till it's over. So there's been plenty of times where you have two matches at night, and if they go to distance, it's a long, long night.
But I found that very interesting. I've never been to a tennis match before in my life.
Listen, I tell everybody, if everybody always wants to go to the finals or the semifinals, no. What you want to do, if you really want to enjoy a tennis tournament, go one of the first couple of days.
Okay.
Because you get what's called a grounds pass, and you get to, even if you don't have stadium tickets, that's all right, because there's tennis literally happening everywhere on the grounds, and you can get close. So you can get around. You get a chance to see players that maybe you don't know them by name, but you get a chance to learn and get a chance to see and learn somebody new. So, but again, you're getting the opportunity to get closer than you probably really could on a stadium court. So the experience that you're getting, it's like, you're right there. You're right in the midst of it. And you can be out there literally from the morning all the way to night. And you could see, potentially, 8 matches in a day.
Wow.
So that is the biggest bang for your buck. And if you really want to take in the entire experience, that's it. Because if you go to the finals, you out there for like 2 matches, usually a doubles finals and a singles finals, and that's kind of it. So, and if those matches go fast, and you paid the most expensive tickets for the tournament, you could definitely feel as though you didn't get your money's worth.
So, question: What ESPN already incorporating DJs before, or did you just start this with them as part of a?
Well, they didn't bring me on as a DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. So I'm on. I was on as a talent analyst correspondent.
Oh,
It just so
okay.
happened I DJ. Yeah.
Oh. So, are you the first one to introduce this to the industry, the tennis industry?
I would say I'm the first DJ to be part of a national televised sports broadcast for any sport.
Wow, you go ahead. Okay, breaking barriers again. Here
Hey.
you go. I love it. So, DJ Mad Linx, you went from spinning records and interviewing hip hop's royalty to covering the Grand Slam tennis for ESPN. That's not a career path. Many people can say.
Somebody once told me, and I never did forget it. Windows of opportunity are constantly opening and closing.
Yes.
And what you have to master is jumping out of the one that's closing into the one that's opening.
Quantum leaping.
So if you have an opportunity, sometimes you have to make that opportunity. You have to be prepared to go with it and go for it and do the best you can. And I don't care whatever it is. It has nothing to do with entertainment industry or DJing or hosting or whatnot. Whatever that opportunity is, sometimes it could be an opportunity at your very job, or sometimes it could be transitioning from a salaried job to your own business.
Right.
But if you're going into something, you got to give it your all, no matter what it is.
Yes, you do. All the gusto. I know I have. I know we all have. We all have. So, from hip hop and tennis, it may seem like it's two different worlds. The similarities of it we was talking about earlier. It's like a mental game for both artists and tennis players. The strength that the tennis players can override an artist. You know what I'm saying? Especially in longevity in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you have seen from most of your interviews from Rap City and the interviews from the tennis players who can last longest in the industry. So during these interviews, which one has been your strongest interviewer on both sides that you think that compatible if they was to play tennis with each other, or a tennis player can rap?
Interesting. So I don't know if he could rap. I doubt he could, but if there was going to be anybody, I'd have to give it to my man from the DMV, Francis Tiafo.
Okay, Francis Tiafo.
Francis Tiafo, for sure.
Okay, I got right.
Yeah. Actually, he just won a big tournament in Germany.
Oh.
It's a 500 level tournament, so that's the biggest of his career. Wow. So that was really big for him, get going right into Wimbledon. So very happy for him. He has a twin brother who is coaching somebody else from the DMV, a young woman by the name of Haley Baptiste. Haley suffered a severe injury back in Paris at the French Open, but we're very hopeful that she'll be back soon and stronger than ever. Yeah, but with Franklin, that's Francis's twin brother, on her team, she's been doing some really, really special things.
That is awesome. So the versus who you interview on Rap City?
Oh man, see here, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, like it was versus. Yeah.
That's an interesting one. I may have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Okay. So let's go into reinventing yourself. Okay. You're very successful in reinventing yourself. Your career about several times, right? What advice would you give people who feel like they're stuck or afraid to start a new chapter?
You have to work hard, number one. If you're not going to put in the work, then don't bother. Nothing's going to happen for you. So that you have to do. That you have to, you have to believe. You have to be willing to to do what other people aren't in a positive way, right?
Right.
Um, and sometimes you just have to let go and and run with it. I was just with a friend of mine from Chicago earlier today, and he is now leaving his very comfortable job as a tennis instructor in Chicago, and he's going all in on his online endeavors, and he's built up a great following for himself on Instagram and on YouTube, and he's going all in. So now he's going to be traveling, he's going to be doing online instruction and all those things. But yeah, as somebody with a wife and a 2-year-old son, those things can be sometimes scary because you know that you're comfortable, but he
Yes.
had a calling that he felt that he had to go for, and it might be rough in the early times, but he believes very much, as his wife does, in what
Yeah.
he can do, and it may take time to build it, but
Yes.
but you have to believe it and you have to go for
Yes, I do. I do believe in that. The universe will open the door
it.
if you walk right through it. Just like you said earlier, it's revolving for everyone.
Mhm.
It's open for everyone. I know I'm reinventing myself. Probably
Yeah.
this is my probably 25th time, but
Yeah.
that's sunny for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hip hop. You witnessed a lot of hip hop from one of its most influential era to today's digital generation. What excites you the most about today's artists, and what do you hope never changes about the culture?
What excites me about today?
Mhm.
Hoping that things get better.
You think it's gonna get better?
No, I said hoping things get better.
Nah, AI done took over. It's too late.
I, I don't think it's AI. I think that ultimately, I mean, you look at the most popular song right now in hip hop, and it's Young Miami Spin That,
Oh,
where
yeah, she from up
with
north.
yeah, where she's talking about people, scammers and people going in and shoplifting, right?
Boosting.
Right. So, for those that don't know the slang,
Yeah.
the the, the issue is this:
Mhm.
when certain generations were growing up and heard Lil Kim and
Yeah.
Biggie and Tupac
Yeah.
and those before them and those after them, there was
Mhm.
still an understanding of that this is not real.
Right.
That you had um, usually somebody in your life that at least you could look to, even if it wasn't in your own household, right? There was
Right.
still, let's say, a character on TV, a Claire Huxtable or somebody like that, that you could
Yeah.
look to that to help balance out
Yeah.
the fun, negative thing that
Yeah.
you were hearing, right? So it was never overwhelming,
Mm.
and there was no Instagram, there was no TikTok, there was none of this stuff at that point, right? Well,
Right.
today all you see and all you hear is the spin that,
Yeah.
the WAP,
Mm.
all this stuff, and you
Mm.
don't really see as much on the balancing outside of things. And
Mm.
then on top of it, you take parenting, which is definitely falling
Mm.
off a cliff in many instances.
Yeah.
Your parents are trying to be friends more than they
Yes.
are parents. Parents are talking crazy in front of their kids. So of
Yeah.
course the kids are going to start talking crazy as well. So
Yeah.
there's not the balance that really exists
Yeah.
as there used to be. Look,
Yeah.
we've always had some type of vulgarity in
Mm.
in hip hop once we got into the early '90s, right? But again,
Right.
it wasn't the only thing. Like you still had on the block, dudes would still put if they was
Put in
a
work.
senior citizen, somebody's grandmother walking by, they
Yeah.
still putting their blunts behind their back. They
Right.
still taking their paper bags and putting them behind their back. Today,
Right.
you don't have that.
No.
Yeah. So you have if ultimately if people who have very little in the way of any type of respect are
Mm.
raising children, those children aren't going to have respect.
None.
And then the next generation is going to be even less respectful.
Yes.
So it all becomes like as bad as it's ever been. And like I
Yes.
said, I get it. Like, yo, it's a fun song. Sure. I see people that, it's fun to sing along to. All that's great. But there's
Yeah.
nothing to balance it out.
Nothing. Nothing. Not a darn thing.
Yeah. And
It's
even in the
yeah.
household, there's nothing to balance it out. Because guess what? The mama's listening to it too. The mama's
Yeah.
singing along with it too.
Yeah. We don't have
You
no
know,
more grandmas.
yeah, no. not there used to be a lot of dignity, at least in regards to our community,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you knew to not act a certain way in the house. You knew not to act a certain way in front of your
Outside.
grandparents, right?
Yep.
You just understood that, and today that don't exist.
Yep. No, it don't. No, it don't. They wouldn't know what to say. Like every time they say, "Well, Dad, where you say you got that knot from?" I got it from Grandma slapping me underneath the table.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
they pull out a switchblade and a gun on you if you try to slap them. It's like what?
yeah. This whole gentle parenting BS that it don't work.
No, no,
It,
it's
it
over.
don't. I mean, and you could look on social media and like you could just close your eyes and just swipe your finger and you're gonna run up on somebody doing something terrible in a Target, in a Walmart,
Yeah,
doing some foolishness inside of a fast food restaurant. I mean, it's disgusting to be honest.
it is.
So
It
it
is.
would be nice again if we had more balance.
Yes. Yes, and there's no one to bring it to the table because there's no more examples. We're the examples left over. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? We're left over, but you know we can lead, but they are not leadable. You feel me? Like it's something. It's the medication. It's the
Yeah. No,
medication.
it's a lack of accountability.
That
It's
too, with the
it's the
medication they need to take.
we've been somehow convinced that because we're black, we're beyond being corrected.
Mm,
Like you can't tell me what to do,
mm,
right?
mm,
Even if that's telling you what to do might save your life,
mm,
right? So
mm.
if you try to correct somebody now, the parent is not chastising the child for whatever they were doing. That's crazy. I
Yes,
mean,
it's
look at it. I mean, we got grown ass adults
true.
pushing 15-year-old kids inside of shopping carts.
That's crazy. If I
Right.
seen that, I would beat the parent. Like, are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
It's
It, it's insane. So, uh,
crazy. I'm thinking, like, when I be thinking back to, I think about when I was at my grandma raised me, and I'm home with my grandma, and she thought we was crazy because we was listening to hip hop. They were
mhm,
like, "Don't listen to that stuff." They was
mhm,
taking going to court just to get hip hop, legal for us to listen to.
mhm,
To it was helping us to balance our lives because we
mhm,
were being creative on trying to get out of the hood.
mhm,
These dudes and girls want to rap to stay in the hood. I'm like,
mhm,
y'all got it backwards. This is not this is not hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And
mhm,
you're right, there's no balance. And it says in the word, this generation will be lovers of themselves.
mhm,
Mothers against daughters, fathers against sons,
mhm,
and some will be buried. Your children will be buried before you even get to the age of ripeness
mhm,
to nurture them. It's like, what do you do now? What
mhm.
what what can we do now we can't even fix this? And I don't think hip hop had to do anything at all. Hip hop had nothing to do with it. They just want to do what they want to do.
Well, I'm not going to say it had nothing to do with it. I wouldn't say it's the cause, but
Mm,
it reinforced in a lot of ways the negativity. So there was an era of rap that was hustlers and drug dealers.
right.
The era of rap that we're in now is
Mm,
the children of who bought the drugs.
you're right.
So if you want to find out, all right, well, what happened to all them bass heads? Well, here go their kids right here.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is the generation that they raised.
White lines.
Yeah.
Wow. I know. I was clowning. I interviewed Adina Howard a couple weeks back, and she was talking about how her back hurt. I said, "Yeah, I understand." She's like, "She's 50 something years old." I said, "Well, I'm 56." You know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Yeah, my back hurt. This and that and other." I said, "Yeah, I blame it on you." She said, "Or me?" I said, "Yeah, freak in the morning, freak in the evening."
All
I said, "And I got 90s babies." Yeah, you had a lot to do with it.
right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like this is, I don't know. We can't even recreate anything to go. But basically, I'm feeling like the '90s should come back on a stronger base. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know on a whoop. Not I-95. What is it? Whoop they ass.
Yeah,
Whoop
like I
their
said,
ass. Fuck it.
gender parenting don't work. You know, I seen too much of it. I seen, like and here's the thing. When you have a child, that child is your responsibility.
Yes. Until
Forever. That child is your responsibility.
until
And there's too many people who ultimately take that responsibility as a joke or don't take it as serious as they should.
As they should.
And sometimes they're looking for the easy way out. And I'm like, the easy way out is the harder way in the long run.
Right.
So, case in point, I told somebody who was having problems with her son. I said, look, here's your problem. Kid comes up and says, I want candy. You say no. I want candy. You say no. I want candy. You say no. I want candy. Fine, go get the candy.
Yeah.
So what did you teach that son?
Nothing.
No, you did. Ask 4 times.
Ask 4 times.
So you're thinking that because you're frustrated, because you're fed up, because you had a hard day, that ultimately you start slacking. But what you're doing is you're making a harder path for your child and you later on, because now you wondering why your child is cursing you out. You wonder why your child feels comfortable hitting you.
Saying what he's saying. Yeah, doing
You you wonder why your child feels comfortable, telling you what time they're gonna come home. Well, because you let that child, it was cute, them twerking, it was cute, them cursing, it was cute, them rapping along to spend that when they were 2 years old. Sure, all that was cute. Is it cute 10 years later when all that is now uncontrollable?
Yeah. When they in prison, call and collect. Yeah.
So, these are the things, these are the problems. Like, again, I'm not going to say that it's hip hop that was the blame. I'm not going to say that hip hop was the cause, but hip hop was a part that helped reinforce some of the attitude, some of the things that are being promoted. Some of the culture that are the negative aspects of us, as opposed to positive aspects of us.
Well, I maybe I see it differently because I category each let me see generation by what they say. You know what I'm saying? As far as our culture was hip hop. Our era. Theirs was trap, and then no, it was rap, and then it was trap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they watered us down, and now it's ABC 1, 2, 3s they be rapping about. And I don't understand anything they be saying. Like all the words is letters that they just alphabets. They're not even whole words to understand a sentence. I don't understand. So that's how I break them down. So I really don't think that we was more nonchalant with it, where they go in, like they tell you about yourself in the rap music. But we was trying to get out of the hood. We was rapping it to get out. Don't touch me because I'm getting close to the edge. Let's get out the hood. They want to rap in the hood, like I'm saying, in the hood, and just kill each other.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the culture that's being promoted within the music. So when you're seeing little girls out here acting in a certain way, well, that's what they're seeing in the music, because again, that's what their moms and aunties is looking at, right? So, and they're looking at it right there along with the child. And again, talking about parenting, what do most parents do these days, right?
Just lay back.
Here, take this. Here, leave me alone. Go play with the phone.
That's stupid.
It's very stupid. It's very stupid. But again, you look at some of the imagery that you see and whatnot, and it's like, again, I'm not saying that it's that I'm not saying shut all that down, but again, there's not enough of a balance. There's not the other side to see and take a look at and say, all right, well, yeah, I see that, but I'm also seeing this side too. We're not seeing Denise at Hillman College on TV.
No, not
right?
no more.
Right.
Yeah.
We seeing women behaving badly on Love and Hip Hop. Beating each other up. That's what you see. So you got the music. You got this. Right? What's that?
When we was growing up, we only seen that on Jerry.
Right. Yeah. And again, and it's that was just one of the many things that existed. So again, there was balance, but what do we see? And I mean, even basketball wives. First of all, half of them ain't married, if not more, right?
Right.
So and they're looking for that got you moment of when women are being violent with other women.
Yeah. Yeah. Tearing each other's crown off.
Right. So
That's
what does that teach now the young girls who are watching that? Oh, you want to get popping? You want to get popular? All
yeah.
right. So this is how you act in order to
Pop
get that
somebody in the
that
mouth and
viral
you
moment.
popular, right?
Hmm?
Just pop somebody in the mouth and then you popular.
Yeah.
For no reason. Just to get $150.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna blame it on hip hop. I love hip hop and I know,
But
it's just them.
but
It's just
But
them.
you see, this is our problem. We don't want to. We always are trying to not blame something or say something about something because we love it so much. And if
Mm-hmm.
we love it, we have to address the fact that okay, this is the part that's being played. This is how this is playing into this. And like I said, it's not solely at fault. It's not the 100%, but we have to understand that there are certain aspects of that in the culture that help make this what it is. So, like I said, today, like you can't call out nobody black for behaving badly because now you're this, now you're that. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, you anti-black. No, I love you so much, and I love black people so much that
Yeah,
I have a higher expectation of what we're supposed to be.
exactly. That part. Hmm.
So, and that's the part that gets left out. It's like there's criticism and there's constructive criticism, and there's love in that criticism again because you're wanting to see the best, right?
Hmm. But then it goes back to what you said at home. The environment doesn't have that. So how can they embrace something that they don't know nothing about? And they just reading stuff on Google, Instagram, and TikTok, and
Yeah,
that's not
yeah,
love. That
yeah.
has nothing to do with growing up.
Right. So all those things, and that's why I said hip hop is not 100% to blame. It's a piece of the puzzle,
Mhm.
and we have to look at each piece to say, all right, well, this is why, this is how we got here. So certain things have to change, and if we're going to get to somewhere else, or we just going to keep on going down this path, and it's going to get worse.
Yeah, they just have too much. We had less, and they have too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have too much. They have too much internet. We had typewriters. Like they have too much of
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
Computer was not our thing. We would be outside writing,
Mhm.
going to the park, playing tennis, basketball.
Mhm.
Hooping ups now is I don't even see too many hoops up and the courts be empty.
Mhm.
That's
It's
crazy.
a different time for sure.
That's crazy. Oh well. Okay, so I want to get to your legacy, Mr. Links.
Mhm.
So when people hear the name DJ Mad Linx, what do you hope they remember about the impact you've made on music, media, sports, and entertainment?
That I did my best to be part of the marathon, the relay race, to push it
Mm,
all forward,
mm,
and to try to do something as positive as possible. And in this life, all you can do is run your leg of the relay race and run it as best you can.
yes,
So
yes.
if I'm blessed enough to have done that, number one, and then to be remembered for it, I can't ask for anything more.
Mm, mm. So during your journey, which was your favorite tennis player you worked with?
I mean, it's kind of unfair to pick one.
Yeah, you're on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Serena and Venus for a number of years. They have been really great.
Yeah.
Francis, who I mentioned,
Yes.
my homeboy Denis Shapovalov from Canada,
Okay.
is another one. Nick Kyrgios is quite a character and has done. Some people love him, some people hate him. I'm
Mhm.
in the camp that loves him just because again he brought eyes to the sport.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's just really a lot of unsung people who have been coaches and
Mhm.
people who have worked behind the scenes to get the sport,
Yes.
moving forward on the local and international level. So,
Mhm.
like I said, it's just been a blessing to know them all.
Yes. Yes. God put you on the right path.
Mm.
Okay. So, what was your favorite artist that you interviewed on Rap City? Do you have any favorite favoritism on anybody?
I had to say Pimp C.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Old
Pimp,
school, yeah.
yeah, rest in peace, Pimp C. I mean,
Yeah.
great dude. He was incarcerated during the
Mm,
period of time as I was coming in, and
mm,
we were able to go to Port Arthur, Texas, where UGK is from, and
mm,
just showed a lot of love, not just there,
mm,
during the show, but even beyond that. So Pimp
mm.
C will always have a special place in my heart for that. Really,
Oh,
really great dude.
bless his heart.
Yeah.
Rest in voice. Rest in voice. That's what's
Mm,
up.
mm.
So, one word that describes your career right now.
Evolving.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So what's next for DJ Mad Linx? What's next?
Oh man, that is a great question. So constantly looking for different opportunities. I'm doing this initiative called the Royalty Racket Club, which
Okay.
is a something I came up with in direct response to people who may not have any idea on how to get involved in tennis or learn the game, and
Hmm.
people who may end up like you mentioned, you've never been to a tennis match. Well, there's
Yeah.
no real place for somebody to go that's never been and has no idea about the game to know, okay, well, what am I watching? All right,
Right. Yeah.
what how do you keep score? What are
Yeah.
those lines on the court? To really
Yeah.
answer those questions, because I thought for me on my personal tennis journey, if I had something like that as
Hmm.
I began my process and my journey, how
Hmm.
much would it have been impactful to me? How much better would I be
Yeah.
actually at the game of tennis? And wanted to be able to give something back and
Mm.
hopefully to create a legacy in that regard to say,
Yeah.
look, you know what? I found tennis because DJ Mad Linx and the Royalty Racket Club.
Right.
So
Yes.
ideally, again, to be able to make worlds collide and expand the universe.
Mm.
Hopefully, yeah.
I love
Um, yeah.
it.
My boy DJ Irie he does a big fundraiser in a tennis tournament in June. So there's a
Okay.
lot of us who have found the game and have been doing a lot. My man Brian McKinney, who is a uh,
Oh,
Super Bowl champion and national champion, he found the game through Venus Williams a number of years ago, and he's totally obsessed with it. You got guys
really?
like Jimmy Butler, basketball player,
Yeah.
Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco. So
Oh,
many of us, are doing our own little pieces and whatnot. So to try to be able to create a vehicle or umbrella that people can be able at least to come and find out, and then hopefully get on their own tennis journey as well. Like I said,
so is it
10,
gonna be
10
like a
quality
boot
years.
camp, like a boot camp situation, or just
No,
like
no,
mentoring?
information. How do you get started? How do you hit a forehand? How do you keep score? All those questions that somebody may have when they
Mm,
first want to possibly take this on.
mm,
So, and to be able to do live events and have people come out,
mm,
hoping that get some sponsors to be able
mm.
to help in regards of amplifying the message, getting some equipment for people who are interested. So
Yeah,
often you have organizations and they're all about the kids, and I think that that's great. But
yes,
ultimately, all right, well, who's taking the kids from point A to point B?
right.
Right?
Yeah,
If you it's great that you got the kids, but I want the adults, because now
right.
if you get the adults and the kids, now you have the family doing something that doesn't surround itself around a phone or
Yeah,
TV or anything, and now
yeah.
you're really just being able to get some really quality time. So hoping
Mm,
that that could be one advocate, one vehicle for some of those problems that we talked about. At least now
mhm.
you have the opportunity to be able to spend some quality time between a parent and a child.
So would this be going like state to state, or just be in one particular
It,
area?
it just depends. I mean, again, online, but I would love to be able to get on the road and take it from one place to the next. So we'll just have to see what the universe has planned for me in regards to that.
Yeah, I think that would be so awesome. Especially get these kids, like you said, away from them phones.
Mhm.
That they turn into zombies. They
Oh
are.
yeah,
They turn into zombies. They be in their
yeah,
phone like
very true.
they're traveling the world.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, let me see. I got some more. So I want to know more about your journey at Rap City. How did you get to be the host of that? Was you picked or
Mhm.
nominated or okay? Tell me
Mhm.
about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, the Rap City at the time used to bring in guest DJs to be featured on the show. I happened to been one of those guest DJs at one point, and just knowing how important that was at the time for DJs throughout
Yeah.
the country in their respective cities, like that was a big look. When at the time, again, and we're talking about before Instagram and everybody was able to get on and be famous on their own phone. Like when you got that look, that was monumental. So I went across the street because I knew a couple of people and I wanted to say thank you, just for the opportunity, not for me, but just that they did have this vehicle for DJs to get this shine because again, I know how much it meant.
Yeah.
So as I was telling Stephen Hill, who was the the man in charge, yeah, listen, I just want to say, thank you. He's like, oh, I'm introducing myself. Oh, I know who you are. We're gonna hire you.
Whoa.
Right.
Just
So
like
yeah.
that.
So I didn't know
Whoa.
if it was if he was playing games or whatever because I never asked for the job. Like I never went campaigning for the job. So
Right.
it was just really a total blessing to be able to have
Yeah.
that opportunity.
Yes, and that blessing opened up more
Yeah,
blessings for you.
yeah, truly
Yeah,
did.
that's wonderful. I love to hear people stardom because, people that's listening on the radio, some people's not as fortunate as that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when I created this platform, I believe network podcasts is so people can believe that they can achieve. You know what I'm saying? Really achieve. And I said I'm going to reach out to people that I know that has the stardom already and can show what stardom really means. And it's always by accident or coincidence, but people be like, nah, they ain't really happen like that because I'm working all this hard hours and this that. I said no, things happen. The universe will definitely open that door for you. He will create a door for you. You can write it and create your own door and walk through it.
Mm-hmm.
But people give up quick now. This generation is really to give up.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your stories and um, you introduced and helped tennis audience who may not have followed sports before. Why do you think it's important to bring new fans into the game?
If you don't, you're just waiting for fans that you have currently to just die off, and it
Mm,
doesn't grow.
it doesn't, right?
So that has been my constant message to those who are in power and whatnot. Like, look, we have to build this out bigger and larger than you currently have it, and you have to understand that now pickleball is all the rage. So people want to
Yeah,
play pickleball, which
I
is a
see
much
that at
easier sport.
Walmart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an easier sport. It's much more accessible. So now you're competing against that. Here in Miami and
Uh-huh.
internationally, there's a sport called padel. That it's one of the fastest rising sports. It's one of the biggest sports in Spain. It's from Mexico, and again, you now have people who are playing more of these other racket sports than you do tennis. So if you're
Okay.
not bringing new people in, if you're
Mm,
not searching for ways to engage with people who historically haven't been here part of the sport, then again, you're just waiting for your audience to die off.
mm. Interesting. Oh, wow. So that last one you was talking about, is it just it's like pickleball or is it a different
No,
concept?
no, it's a definitely different concept. It's played in a glass encaged, a glass enclosed cage. It's very athletic, a lot more fun than pickleball.
Oh, okay.
But it's an expensive sport because typically speaking, you have to play in a group of four, and
Oh,
you could be spending here in South Florida anywhere
mm.
between like 30 to upwards of like $90, depending upon the time of day and if you're doing indoors or outdoors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got paid for the platform to do it, but tennis
Yep.
you don't have to do that, right?
It depends on where you're playing. Now, there are public courts that are for free. There's
Mm-hmm.
some public courts that still charge a fee, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have absolutely private clubs that charge a membership. So, ultimately, I started on free public courts as a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is always the easiest and I guess least path of resistance to get going.
Right.
But some places that like are very very nice
Uh-huh.
upscale public facilities, again, they'll charge you a nominal fee. But a lot cheaper than Padel. Let me tell you.
Mm. Wow. So, but pickleball, I've seen them doing reservations on Walmart.
Yeah,
And when I was
they
in Florida, I was like, "What?
it's
Pickleball?"
it's blown up. The pandemic made racket sports more
Racket.
popular than ever because it was the only sport that you could do at that time that they would allow you to do. Couldn't get on the basketball court, couldn't get on football court because all those are contact sports.
Oh.
So
Oh.
people really went in on the racket sports because now the dimensions of a of a court, a tennis court, 78 feet from baseline to baseline.
Wow.
Pickleball court, 40 feet baseline to baseline.
Wow.
So that was the one thing that they would allow the people to actually engage with as far as sports during the pandemic.
So with your new venture, and someone wants to get into tennis, are you going to offer alternatives like those situations, or is just strictly tennis?
At least to start with, I'm focusing on tennis because I think the pathways into those especially pickleball, I think it's much easier, and I want to focus on what I know and have the most passion for.
So how about if someone had like an arm surgery, but they want to play the tennis? What kind of what would that be called? It's like is that like disability or something, or does that strengthen up the arm like a
Well, I'm
therapy?
not going to be out here faking like I'm a doctor and telling somebody to go do something after they had a shoulder surgery. So I would always say, look, consult with your doctor, as they say. So and let that person be the person, the one to tell you whether or not what you're capable of doing.
Okay, all
You
right.
know,
I'm asking for myself. That's all
I
I'm
got you. I got you. With listen, consult with your doctor. Find out what their thoughts are. But ultimately, yeah, you want to try to do as much as you can because that ultimately gives you more longevity.
asking.
So if your doctor is on board with it, by all means. But and of course, you want to be careful.
Yes.
You want to make sure that you are doing things that are not going to put you in harm's way. So
Yes.
listen, by all means, talk to your doctor about it. Let them know, hey, look, I'm kind of interested. What are your thoughts about where I'm at? Is there something I'm capable of doing?
Got you. I got you. Because when I first had my surgery and they did the X-ray, my doctor looked at me and said, "Sonny, why do you have a football injury?" Yes, I do. I didn't know I played football.
Yeah. We got to take care of our bodies because
It's the only
they
one we got.
you want that quality of life going for as long as possible.
Yes.
And you don't want to be in a situation where you're incapable of taking care of yourself, of doing for yourself. That is one of the things that it's so heartbreaking to see when people are in those type of situations.
Yes.
So, whether it's tennis, whether it's just walking, whether it's being on a treadmill,
Yes.
whatever it is, get physical and do something because your life truly depends on it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Ooh, you preaching to the choir. I
mm,
love it.
mm.
I'm gonna send the bowl around.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a Sunny signature question.
Mm.
Our platform is built on the message where belief meets the might. What does the word belief mean to you, and what keeps you believing in yourself after all these years?
I mean, belief to me is just a way of life. And what keeps me believing is I don't know any other way to be.
Right.
Mm. That's it. It's like there are people who will get bogged down in mentally what they're going through in life,
Right.
whether it's work, whether it's personal, whatever. And there's so much talk about mental health.
Mm.
Um, and you know what? I hate it to a degree because I'm like, look, can we start talking about mental strength?
That's good. I like that. I need to write
Yeah.
that mental
You know,
strength.
if my house is burning down and the fireman shows up, I don't care if he's healthy.
Mm.
I want to know that he's strong in case he got to carry somebody out.
Right.
So we're so worried about health that we're
Mm.
not worried about strength any longer. And you need mental strength in order to be able to get up in the morning and do certain things, in order
Right.
to have that confidence of being able to conquer certain things. So I
Mm.
think we we've gone too far down this particular road, and everything now, you say mental health, and then everybody's got to back off. Oh, you can't say this to somebody. You can't ask them a question. And I'm like, no, 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 no. This is foolishness. No,
Yeah.
we got to get back to strength, and
Yes.
and strength you have to constantly work at in order to be strong. It don't
Mhm.
matter that you can bench 300 pounds if you're not in the gym for 5 years, and you get back in the gym, all of a sudden you ain't gonna be able to bench 500 pounds.
Right. You right.
So in order to really have that belief, it's something you have to work at. It's something that you have to consistently, make it your determination to
Right.
be who you are, who you want to be.
Your ritual.
So
A
yeah,
ritual. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Yeah.
100%, 100%. So as I tell people, I'm like, look, having a problem and worrying about it is like having two problems. You know,
Okay.
you could
Nine
put that energy towards worry. You could put that energy towards fixing that problem and coming up with a solution.
for real. Got 99 problems and Trump ain't one. Hit me.
Hey. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel that. So, because um, believe me, ooh, I gotta get it out. When believe meets the mic,
Mhm,
it came from a concept where I want to have people, like I said, on here
mhm,
that believe in what they're doing, and
mhm.
you're a great candidate for it. And I appreciate you for coming to the show. I
Well,
really
thank you.
appreciate you so much. You know, I supposed to be interviewing your whole team sometime next month.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna pop up again. I've been your filling.
Well,
I've been your filling girl. I need to
well,
tell
thank
Chris.
you.
No problem. I love it. I enjoy myself.
Mhm.
Talking with Chris is crazy.
That it is.
But you want to leave your footprint here on the Saint Smile Show?
Hey, I thought I already did.
Oh shoot! No, you left your tennis racket, and you're not
Okay.
getting it back.
E-
I need the location because I might be up to New York and come through and swing some rackets.
All right. I'll see if I can join you up there.
Oh yeah, you in Miami's, right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, yeah. I come to Florida all the time. My mom's lives there.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, in
Very
the Riviera
nice.
area. But yeah,
Okay.
so we're gonna end this nice little session. I really appreciate you again, and
Mhm.
thank you so much, DJ Mad Linx.
Thank
And
you,
you have
Tony.
a blessed night, and we will meet again.
I look forward to that.
All right, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Hey, this is Sunny.